was a little bit interesting between these two teams. It did go to 14-14, and Immunity was quite impressed with themselves, actually, that they were able to put up that kind of numbers against the Swedish team. Obviously, we talked yesterday as well on a number of occasions about how they're just here for experience and have a little bit of fun. So NiP did win the knife. They'll likely start out CT, although this is NiP. Sometimes they do go T. I didn't actually see which they picked, but I would assume it's going to be CT.
Yeah, and I don't really think Immunity will be able to take 14 rounds today. I mean, NIP, it was their first game of the day, the first game of the tournament as well. And Immunity is like maybe surprising them, showing off some good CS, but now NIP is ready. They know they will go out of the tournament if they lose this. I have a really hard time seeing them giving any room for Immunity.
Yeah, it's an interesting thought to think that they could go out in this game, but I mean, that's the nature of the beast in that group with Fnatic, who once again took them down in 2. So here we are, back-to-back matches for NIP. Get Right already firing toward middle. Good flash out to cover off 2 players at long, as Freiburg and Alu are up in that position. And Get Right actually got aggressive a little bit through the door. He's going to spot up first, takes the shot. That's Sniper down, but they still want to push forward. No smoke out, but they're going to come anyway. There's your shot from Ricky. Still hasn't found the kill, and Forrest, there's Mr. Pistol Master around the corner. He's not even going to sit back and be. He wants to join up close and personal, and Get Right still alive. 18 HP, somehow tanking it all, and as Cadian shows us, Alu's got him behind them, so there's nowhere to go, and imagine...
Yeah, and Immunity just going for a mid-push, just trying to go for the trades. And trading 3 players for 1 of the NIP players, it's not efficient enough, obviously, so easy pistol round there for NIP.
I like how James wanted credit, too. He highlighted that it's actually him, not Katie, in this game, so barred off on the camera. And here we go. Here's NiP's tradition. They go straight to the SMGs. They do keep 1 rifle up. Again, not like CCS where they went all 5 SMGs on this map. First one's going to be a nade kill, though. That's Get Right. And that was your scout for James. He's already dropped it. It is in a slightly recoverable position, yeah, so Sniper, aptly so, will pick up the Sniper rifle. But it's Tech 9's otherwise.
Yeah, and very passive player for Immunity. Seems like the bomb is going close to the mid doors, so either going to be a B split here, or they're going to try to take over short and go for probably just an A push.
Question is, does Freiburg want to get aggressive toward long, similar to how we saw Alu do it in the pistol round? He's in a good position to do so, but it's catwalked, it looks like, the approach, so if he actually gets too far away at this point, Get Right still held out at double doors. It would be all on Alu to hold the site by himself. They are around the corner. Scout's lining up for the shot, but he can't take him down, and he gets a player in front of them. They actually step on each other's toes. Good damage dealt. Alu finally does get Ustillo down, and he's not down there. Bombs already dropped. Sniper as well, and Imagine once again left by himself with imaginary friends, and Freiburg says no more mind wandering for you. 2-0 NIP.
Yeah, and just a very standard route from Immunity, just going through the lower tunnels to mid and just trying to go up short, but NIP just hitting their shots, winning that round easily.
And M4 now for Forrest. Of course, did go down in that round, so he'll upgrade now rather than later when the guns come out. There's no reason to reinvest into the SMG.
And of course, we see a full eco here for Immunity.
Yeah, it has to be. Has to be after that investment in the second round. Freiburg still up close at long. Alu, Get Right already falling back, so they're going to slide. This will allow Forrest to... Oh, okay, so Forrest already in with one. This allows him to go over to B once they arrive, but he's already in the fight. Now he pulls back up and Get Right arrives. So crossfire established. Good flash out, but does Get Right want to go? No, he just waits in behind the doorway. Alu's already doing damage on Catwalk, and theirs is the invitation as Get Right finds one. Forrest over his shoulder, takes down Ustillo, and it's all left to Ricky this time. Another 1-on-5 situation, and so far only 1 kill to come out for Immunity. It's 3-0 just as quickly as that.
And it's going to be interesting to see if NIP decides to keep these SMGs. I know they have done it in the past on Dust 2. They're just trying to go for like a YOLO mid push with the SMGs because it doesn't really matter if they lose this round because they can just buy the ops next round instead.
And there's that grenade to use the smoke to cross, so they won't even invest into the smoke. A lot more teams doing that now.
Yeah, it's really effective. You really need those 2 smokes on the B site.
And I mentioned they only had 1 kill for Immunity. They actually have 2 so far, but now we've got rifles out. We'll see what they can really do against NIP. They're setting up toward long. Sniper's already at the corner. There's 2 there, though, so he's got to find the first shot on Freiburg quickly, and there's the smoke to hold him back. So now that's going to put them in place, hold them out a little bit longer as Get Right still with the SMG, fires away, and interestingly enough, Freiburg still holding on to his, so not a big investment from NIP here. They think they can take the fight up close.
Yeah, if Immunity pushes short here, I don't think there's anything NIP can do with SMGs, because you really need the op, you really need the rifles for the retake. So I wouldn't be surprised if they did go for the exits. It's going to be really tough for them.
Yeah, I mean, specifically because one of the SMGs is at long. That's a big angle
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, both of them are. Alu's there as well with his, so Get Right's the only one that's even close.
Yeah, I think NIP will go for it, but the smartest thing here would be to just surround the site, go for the exit kills, and just steal those AKs.
Interesting that they give it up that much. Specifically with an SMG up for Get Right. He headed back toward middle because he's had success there, but he could have headed on to Catwalk. Yeah, bomb, look at that. Nip's not even, they are grouping towards CT, but they're not even really pushing down from long. They're just kind of sitting and holding station, like you say. Forrest will be the first one in caught already. James over the top from the site.
They should not go for this, they should just go for the exits.
And another one down. Get Right caught as well. So far, it's just SMGs to drop because they have recovered that M4, or have they? They're losing it as well, and Freiburg's going to jump up. He's going to drop. So 2 rifles lost out of that. Again, they didn't buy them in this particular round, but they could have done a little more efficiency. Halu, though, 10K.
Yeah, and I understand the thought behind NIP. They just wanted to, like, let's just give up short. We just have SMGs, we can just take a risk. But then when they go short, you should, like, realize, okay, we can't actually win this. We should just go for the exits. NFP is just a little bit too confident right now.
And that's the question. They have the SMGs. Alu, good shot there. That's Ustilo. That's the question, because you didn't upgrade that round. Sure, if the SMGs work, you're going to get more of an economy built up. But because you didn't upgrade, you actually dropped all your guns. Now they're out of the... They've given up a round, and they've got a weak economy because of it. I mean, it's a debate if that's worth it or not. Yeah,
exactly. By the looks of it, NFP will win this round now, but they, were in the risky zone of being forced to a lot of ecos.
So Freiburg wants to hold from pit. He's very patient at this spot, too. He'll stay there the whole round until there's a call at A because he has so much confidence in the way Get Right and Alu slide back, similar to TSM's play with Cajun B. But that smoke will keep him busy. The second one that he threw out is also going to not give him vision to realize they've fallen off of the long A position. The bomb's actually heading over toward B, but look at Forrest in behind the car. And we've seen him get multiple 3Ks from this position.
And I think the key is the guy coming through C to spawn here. Get Right.
Good read by him. He's your swing, but Rikke gets the shot. So nice play from the AK around the corner. Freiburg now, that's his cue to push out. He realizes they're not over in his position anymore. But again, Forrest completely surrounded from either side. Freiburg just going to be late to catch that last player that's rotating in through mid.
And Forrest is so good at this position.
He actually changes it up, gets inside. Oh, perfect shot on Sniper. That was your high HP, so the reaction shot was easy onto Rikke. He was only on roughly 20 HP. Imagine's your last one left. He picks up the bomb, and on the cross, Alu catches him.
And that was a very important round for NIP. They will build up a small bank now. However, 3 players dying might trigger immunity to counter buy this round, and yeah, they're going to do it.
Well, as they should do. Get these AKs out early and try and just break ninjas down. Oh, Alu. Don't you dare re-peek. He's already close up and in position. Get Right finding one, as is Freiburg, so the long positions is held beautifully right now. Rikke still tries to peek, interestingly enough. The second one was a nade kill based on the spray down from Freiburg, so good control. He's actually going to get a little more aggressive and up close, but again, they fall back. Look, yeah, perfect highlight from James. They've already pushed out B. This gives them a lot of a read on the opponents.
Yeah, and I don't understand what Immunity was trying to do there. They just ran straight out of long 2 people without any nades. Just Get Right Freiburg there, having fun time, killing 2 people. Early in the round, Enrique's gonna go down.
Oh, he gets caught. Exist gets caught. He didn't expect there to be 2 there, and look at that. Exist mows them all down as James came around the corner with the knife out. So good play from Exist to hold station, but no way they expected 2 players to be pushed up there.
And Immunity just forced to at least 1 eco now. Gonna give NIP 6-1, probably gonna make NIP build up an even bigger bank, and they just need to play more standard now.
And Forrest going to take his op over toward B. This will put him a little bit closer inside the site. Now, he can play that still from window. Exist is the one in the back plat. They've known, so they've done this in two ways recently. One is they'll rotate it if there's time, but if they rush out mid quickly, Forrest will pick from window and help out Get Right. Meanwhile, all the attention is at long, and it is on pistol, so Freiburg needs to be careful not to give up this AK. Look at the spray control from Get Right. 3 from him as Freiburg turns back. And yes, it's an anti-eco, but masterful gun control. Get Right the hat trick.
And let's see if Immunity can adapt to NIP's play now, because they know they always have Freiburg and Get Right aggressive long. They should just try to get short before they take long, or at least maybe just go short straight up. But yeah, NIP is smart. They're just switching up their style right now, boosting Alu short.
And if you think back to that 69-round game against Envious, it was a lot of cat play, which I actually was surprised by. I was expecting a lot more mid to B splits out of either side, but that is the weakest link based on the positioning of NIP, the way they slide get right down. So like you say, they change it up this time. That allows Alu to get a little bit closer, but he's already forced to fall back because 2 players from Immunity have found a home on Catwalk. It is smoked off, but Alu's back toward the car and Get Right on Goose. This gives them a good crossfire in the way in. Get Right doesn't have to peek until Alu calls that they're up close as well, so he'll just wait with his pop flash.
And by the looks of it, and I mean, just best bet here is just to go back long, but they don't know that Get Right is hiding in that goose corner.
Meanwhile, mid is very passively held. Forrest is in the window this time. Just waiting for anyone to come out, but here comes your push. Good smokes, though, from Immunity. This holds Get Right off, so he will flash it out, but he won't have line of sight. And Alu can't find a shot either. They've got the drop player. That means Rickey's already taken down Alu in a second one on Get Right. Came all the way around the corner. They had no idea. Great execution. I have to give full credit to Immunity. That's one way to cover off the op. So bomb goes down, and it's a 4v2 post-plant, mind you. James is only on 3 HP, and they want to come from Catwalk. Forrest is going to be the first up. Pop flash from Exist to get him around the corner. But look at Imagine. Doesn't peek. Oh, still gets caught. Nice reaction shot from Forrest.
There shouldn't be enough time for NIP to do this.
Watch the flank as well, though, because even though they're coming closer and closer to the site, they've got company in the form of... I believe that's James. No, it's actually Rickey coming in behind them. Nice shot by Sniper. That's Exist down, and there's only one left.
And Immunity just doing what we asked them to do. They're just going, okay, they're playing aggressive long, just take short slowly, and then we can fall back, we can go for the B split, we can go for, like, take long, or we can just go for what they did there, the simple A execution with the wall of smokes, and, yeah, it just worked out.
Yeah, well done. To Immunity, and again, by having Get Right on Goose, sure, it allows him to peek out when Alu calls, but if a player drops down, Alu gets overwhelmed, like we saw. You can't control the angle anymore because it's suddenly up close. There's too many spots to hold.
It's really hard to trade from the goose corner as well. You usually just get one and then you go down. And that's exactly what happened for Get Right there.
And they did actually get Forrest, as we saw at the end of the round, so they had to fully reinvest to get both these ops back up. Yes, they've got lots of money, but that's still a big investment. Get Right gonna flash over, try to use this smoke. Catches them on Catwalk, but can't get the vision. So Stella will push forward. Just the Galil to work with. Flash fully blinds him, so he's got to sit tight for a moment longer. They want to go for a peek this time with the op. We'll see if they can find Alu.
I wouldn't be
a little
surprised.
bit more aggressive. Wow. What? Okay, James fires through his teammate to take down Alu. So it was actually a team K on Ustillo. I think he actually lagged up Ustillo. That's why James didn't get hit there. So that was interesting, but nonetheless, the kill goes the way. I guess goes both ways. You can call it a trade if you want.
Yeah,
goes the way of Immunity.
It's all up to Sniper here on short now. Just gets one. I don't think that will be enough because now they will have short NIP and they will have long. So I don't think Immunity will be able to hold this. It's just 2 pinned down there on the site.
And Get Right took the invitation to push out long in the back of that double peek toward Catwalk, so he caught them on the flank. Still 2 players on site, but like you say, they can't get toward long. So Forrest comes up from CT, 1 from long. Get Right waiting on Cat to see if they're going to push down toward him. He realizes they're not there, so they have to be on site. They have to have figured this out, so they'll just push in with the numbers. Rickey still, though, making a menace of himself. Does find one on Forrest. Up close with the op. Still holding on the angle. No, Freiberg too smart. Jumps over to the right side.
They should just double zoom in that angle. It's kind of awkward in that, like, close
Yeah, that was interesting. And there you go. They pick up the op as well, as expected.
The round is still very close there. I just want Immunity to just keep it simple. Just take short and go for an A execution or just go for a B split. Just keep it simple, and I think they will string the most rounds together, because trying to do like those kind of YOLO out long things, just YOLOing into B, it won't work versus NIP.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, you can use it to your advantage and try and hold one of the defenders there, like we see Freiberg. Okay, this time they actually get Freiberg down with the Tech 9 push, but if you hold Freiberg there, Get Right's been changing his position. If you can find a way to pull Forrest off B, then you've actually got a chance to split that site. Ustillo is going to find Forrest as well, but they still haven't recovered any rifles in this round, so no reason to save just yet. And B's actually open. So despite that smoke's there, Rickey's going to push through it. They might have realized they can get a bomb plant out of this. They just need to make sure they cross doors without Forrest spotting them. Actually, it's Get Right, the one that's up close. Rickey's going to hold on him if he tries to come in. And he throws the bomb over. That's been spotted. Get Right definitely saw that. Flash goes out, blinds him down, but Exist is going to get in the window. And they still don't have the plant in place. That would have been the best possible scenario right now on this eco round. And Get Right, there it is. Man's up, goes through. Stella tries to pop out, and look at that. They're just lined up waiting.
And that plant would have been really crucial for Immunity's economy. I don't think they will be able to buy, but they won't be full set of nades. We see smokes, but no Molotovs. And the Molotov is actually really crucial, especially when you're going for that short push with the wall. You can actually just mull off Goose, you can mull off the site, you can mull off C to spawn as they're rotating. You can just utilize the Molotov in so many different ways.
Alu gets aggressive on short this time. That will limit their mid. But he doesn't spot anyone. And interestingly enough, that doesn't mean they're B in this case because they're well split up. You can see two, actually three in the tunnels in dark. And two out toward long. Bombs dropped intentionally in that position at long. So we'll see how they play this back across. Forest is outside B this time, up toward the scaffolding, just peeking toward mid, and Get Right's up close for the crossfire when the time comes. But patience right now from Immunity.
Yeah, just playing standard Dust 2 play. You take dark and you try to go through the lower tunnels, take the mid doors, go up and take short. They haven't taken short yet. And Al is actually there contending. Al is just looking for that entry frag. And he's playing so smart. He's expecting the pop flash, and he's just gonna strafe right when the pop flash pops there. And
Oh, but he gets the smoke out.
yeah, I think it just swapped from the AWP to smoke there.
They
Bad
did
timing.
pull Get Right back, though, because like I said, Forrest had leaded off in toward mid, so Get Right came over early. Problem is that Immunity didn't fully round the corner, so they can still back themselves toward mid, and with that smoke out, Alu's going to have to be able to shoot over top of it. Low HP for Exist inside. It really comes down to Forrest to hold up close, but Bustelo looks the wrong direction. He thought he checked it off, so they trade him out. Ricky does get the kill. But Forrest has to hold station here. It does spot the first over top. Good bait out on the shot, and that gives Sniper the awareness of exactly where he is, but he can't line him up. Forrest just drops around the backside of the block. He still can't get the shot. Meanwhile, Alu comes around from mid, and they don't get anywhere near the bomb site in the end.
It was a nice try by Immunity just going for to take short, but I think they were a bit too eager to go for that B split. You usually want to take short and like wait 10 or 20 seconds wait for NIP to make the rotations. They just like they took short and then they just ran out of mid straight away.
And again, slight change of pace for the defensive side. So Nip is trying every approach to get the early advantage. This time they fall back, a little more stationary, but it's Get Right that's going to hold toward the boxes. He actually doesn't push down towards CT, and that's exactly why they're already on catwalk. Exist, meanwhile, has the last man to contend with. Only the Glock for Sniper.
This is a thing we see when there's a good team playing a lesser team, like in this game, is that they usually don't get any kills during these eco rounds. They don't buy P250s and get like 2 or 3 frags, which will like with the NIP versus Fnatic, we rarely see an anti-eco going flawlessly to either team, and this is like it just makes NIP's bank just too big. Like look at Alu, he just has 10k right now.
Yeah, I mean we always talk about that in close, or in spread games with close rounds. It does keep the economy very honest. And actually, of course, getting kills with pistols builds up yours as well, so it's a double win in that case.
Yeah, exactly.
But they're not getting them like you say. Again, 3 toward long. Alu this time just going to throw out the support flash late in case they rush, but again, they won't do it this time. They get that presence inside dark. As you mentioned, now they'll work over toward mid and catwalk to try and take full control of the map. And it's a change again because Forrest is directly on the other side of that smoke. Just fell off to the left side once the peak came out.
There's another stand around for Immunity, going through the lower tunnels. Probably gonna see them take short here. There's the flash. They should just go for their A execution now.
Well, they are in position with 4 on catwalk. One player was at long. He's going to fall back and throw it. A set nade to support it long. There's your smoke over and flash as well. That's going to catch Alu on the second one. Freiberg blinded as well. This will hold him in place, and Alu's forced all the way back off of this. They will get that kill, but they're a long way off the A site. And with those smokes out, this does give Immunity a chance to get the bomb down. Not only that, they did go for the drop in towards CT. That catches Get Right on the back side of the rotation. Exist cancels them out, but bomb is down, and this time they've got a lot better post-plant setup than they did the first time. They've got one out on toward catwalk. That's Imagine.
Yeah, and Ricky's really low though, but the flanking guy in middle is gonna be huge.
Now he finds Rick A. Freiberg on the way up. That's Ustello down, and yeah, there you go. Imagine's already caught. Perfect retake from NIP into the open A bomb site, so accuracy plays to their favor definitely there, and they're on to 11 rounds.
And even if they lost that round like pretty convincingly, I still think this is Immunity's best bet to win rounds on this T side. They're getting up the site, they're getting the trades, and they're getting the bomb down. There's not more you can ask for your execution.
And a lot more teams are going CAD as of late. Oh, Alu wants to go this quick pick. Does get you still. A nice reaction shot as well. That was well and truly aimed to the left when he first picked out. So, well played by him. Lags up another. That's James. And can he go for more? Hasn't just yet. Flash is going to come out. James wants to push all the way through on top. And pardon me, that's Imagine. And he does so. Gets him around the corner. And Forrest not in a good position to support. Gets a little bit of a dome through the wall. Puts him down to just 82. But with more teams playing that aggressive long, it does give up cap presence. The problem is that angle from Carr with the op, as we see Cajun B doing, we see Alu doing, we see Smiths doing, it's very strong, and you pretty much have to overwhelm him to get in that position. That's where your support player in CT comes up strong if they go for that drop. Freiberg's your only one on A this time. As Get Right does get back in towards CT. But Immunity just holding station. Look at this boost they're trying to go. They want the shot. They spot him up. Well played by Immunity. Good teamwork that time. Rick A finds Freiberg, and around the corner they go. Low HP player, and James goes down, but they needed to trade that. If he's going to give up his life, it has to be a trade. He flashes down. The problem is he's going to run into more than just one, and he's put himself on the boxes. So despite that the bomb goes down, Rick A is in a very tight spot. He's already spotted. Secondary flash. They both get blinded. Neither of them can connect the shots, and Sniper tries to come out and bail him out, but he's already dropped. Luckily, Rick A's found two. He brings this back, caught on the way out. Forrest too quick on the peak, and he'll get the defuse.
And a very nice try there by Immunity. I really like the boost they did to spot Freiberg over the box on the site. And they're a really different kind of round. They just went kind of straight out mid, doing some trades, and made it a 4v3. So once again, really close for Immunity, but NIP is just stronger in these 2v2, 3v3 situations.
Here's your deep smoke again to cross over, so they actually do invest the smoke this time. And again, your 3 long for the early pick. Fire out as well, but Immunity's not up close this time. They're just sitting back and waiting it out. As we can see, and it's all AKs for them. There's your smoke over onto the corner. Freiberg, he's used this bounce flash a lot to his advantage, specifically last weekend. This time they aren't around the corner. Still blinds them up. James, though, somehow, the luminosity not bright enough, still with enough vision. He manages to pick off Freiberg, so now they actually have another approach. They won't go short this time, but there's still Alu to contend with. He actually drops. Nice shot, you still. Now it's open up, and with Get Right down, this is their best chance to whelm onto the A site. Exist tries to come back through. Flash over top of him, and he's going to have to deal with Imagine up close. Spots him, gets him down with the M4. But again, no one close for the retake this time. Forrest on the way over does catch one. No smoke out, curiously enough, and I don't think they have actually any more to work with. There you go, bomb down. Exist has to try and catch one from Catwalk. Do they go long and try and hold off on the player? Rick A, who's trying to get in toward Pit, that's the bigger question.
Yeah, this should be an easy round for Immunity.
And they're both coming from the same approach. They want the first shot. James is slightly exposed, manages to get Forrest, and Exist drops down. Do they spot him up? No, not yet. Rick A already caught. This forces James to rotate back on top of Goose with the op. Close range. He's going to drop as well. Low HP. Don't peek, Sniper. Not yet. You've been spotted up. He knows exactly where he is, and he gets him, but does he have time? I don't think he does. I think Immunity are going to get this round. In fact, they will. Just barely. Just baiting it out long enough. And Exist, a great effort. 4K from him in the round.
Yeah, very nice try from Exist, but still Immunity played... I don't know if they should have made it that close. But yeah, still a great round from them. They took the entry frag on Freiberg on long. NIP was forced to challenge the rest of the Immunity players on the map to gain ground, but Immunity just hitting their shots that round.
And it didn't matter that they lost everyone that was alive because it was the end of the half, so swap it over. 12-3 NIP. Great start for them. Again, yesterday this was the map that was close between these two, surprisingly to many people. We saw the odds. It was, I think, only 4% for Immunity today, and NIP are holding true to that. So pistol underway in the second half. Very aggressive B spawns from NIP, and they're going to take full advantage of it. Already inside dark. No one in B yet for Immunity. Ustillo is going to be the first one there, and just as he gets inside, the flashes are already coming out from NIP. Full Glock train in effect. Around the corner, one counter flash comes out. That's from Sniper. Holds them a little bit deeper, but your cross has already come in. That's Freiberg across. Imagine takes him back down. Exist going to push all the way through. Already with one, and does he get the second outside as Rick A comes in the backside? He hasn't yet. Manages to fall back inside the site. They'll clean it up all the way. Alu with 2 inside the tunnels, and Forrest with the last.
Yeah, and that's a thing you see from NIP when they know they're the better team, just going for that straight out B push. They know that they're just so much better individually, they cannot stop us. Plus the fact that Immunity only had one guy there peeking from like the double doors. It's a very risky play for an Immunity as well.
So Alu with the scout this time. Wants to do the early damage. Sniper's already inside B. It's a bit of a stack as well because there's James who's already gone down and Stello in behind. Pardon me, Rick A, who takes down Forrest this time. He's going to drop immediately after. So 2 SMG kills exist with this AK. He'll smoke the cross.
Yeah, and simple round there for NIP. I think Immunity is going for the, maybe not full eco, but it's a full eco. You're just buying a P250 and then you're going to buy the next round. Leading NIP up to 14-3 lead, so they must be really confident in their abilities with the FAMAs here in the next round.
And they close out on everyone, but like you say, an eco round, not a huge investment from Immunity, and as a result, look at this. They're going to go straight to Famas's and the scout for Sniper. No surprise, they're playing on 14 rounds for NIP, so give up this for unmatched point. You might as well fight for it now and try and break the economy early. Alu's still going to hold on to the scout of his own. Doesn't spot, or pardon me, doesn't tag up the cross. Does spot. He actually gets hit in return. Nice shot from Sniper that time, so Alu's down to 50.
NIP just going for the stun play. 3 gangs going the lower tunnels. Probably going to see a B split.
And through middle, they already are. Late smoke as well, so they take that early pick. That was a double smoke, though, so that's a bit of a missed call. Slight overinvestment, but look at the flashes raining over top. Ricky instantly countered. Get right, make it 2. Catches James as well. What a great aim from him all the way through. As Alu now will come back across, and the bomb will go down in his hands. As Exist waiting in middle. Gets caught, actually. Ustello's found him, so they pulled this back to 3-on-3, but they're nowhere near the site just yet, and Get Right's well and truly pushed out. Does he get caught on the way back in? No, Ustello just late to get there. Sniper does find Alu, though, so they've given themselves a bit of a chance. Through the window, imagine trying to find one more. Such a hard angle to come in. Ustello's trying to support from doors and give him that entry, but Forrest has already found them, and they're both falling back quite deep inside the tunnels as Get Right from Forrest, or pardon me, Forrest with 2, Get Right from Closet will drop down. And he has to hold this.
Yeah, there's no time now.
Yeah, kill, but no cigar. Nice light.
Yeah, and I just love the way NIP does this B split. Like, you can see some, like, lesser teams, they throw the smoke